Hey guys, it's me Noah with the Meta Collectors, and today we have another deck tech video for you. We have an upgraded version of the Precon. This is going to be a fun one because you can buy this off the shelf today, throw in a couple of upgrades, and you're ready to go. So the Ghost Marshal, 5 aura, 50 life points, has the Spirit trait, which means it can't be the target of attack, so it's in play, it sticks around. When it enters, you get to search your spell book for a silver bullet and add that to your hand. And silver bullets, when this is in play, can be contracted for 0 aura, and they're awakened. And you get to sack them to put a beastie into the afterlife. So this is going to stabilize your board and let you win the game, help you to win the game. Also, if it's daylight outside or it's daytime, this gets plus 30 to its 20 attack. So this is going to close out the games most of the time. But what does Silver Bullet do? Well, Silver Bullet is 1 aura for 10 life points. You can either sack it to destroy target spirit or dark beastie, or fatigue a beastie. But that's really not what we're using this card for. I mean, if we're playing against dark and spirit, we're going to use it, but a lot of the time, we're going to wait till we have our Ghost Marshal in play. So we're playing 8 copies of Silver Bullet, because we are, in fact, a control deck. That's right, people. We are playing control in Metazoo. So 8 copies of Silver Bullet. Now how do we protect our Silver Bullets when they are in play? Well, we play Crystalized Light. 2 white aura, 35 life points. When it enters, you flip a coin. If heads, target beastie can't attack during your next turn, which is great. When it's contracted, opposing casters cannot attack artifacts you control until the end of your next turn, so this protects your Silver Bullets for a full turn. And you might be wondering, well, I still have to play my Silver Bullets. Yes, but Crystallized Light makes all your artifacts cost 1 less, so it makes your Silver Bullets cost 0. So that way we can play this, unload our Silver Bullets, put them all into play, and we get to use them next turn because we're guaranteeing that they're protected. But that still begs the question, how do we use Silver Bullet efficiently against other aura types? Well, we're playing with 2 copies of Crystallized Light, and we're playing 4 copies of Headless Nun. 2 light aura, 40 life points, Spirit trait again, which means it's sticky, it's sticking around. If it's daytime, it gets 10 life points, that's relevant. But you can tap this beastie, you can fatigue it, to make a beastie a dark aura type until end of turn. This gets dealt 20 damage. So we get to use Headless Nun to make our opponent's beasties dark aura, which unlocks the power of the Silver Bullet, and it makes it more efficient. Plus, if one of our pages gets destroyed, this deals 20 more damage, which means if we're using our Silver Bullets, this gets to be a beater. So we're playing 4 copies of Headless Nun to make our synergy work. But what if we run out of Headless Nuns, or like what if we can't protect our Headless Nuns because they do deal 20 damage to themselves to do that? Well, we have Ackler. 4 aura, 70 life points. He has fleet, which means he comes in aggressive. If it's daytime, he gets a life point boost. When he's contracted, you can choose day or night. We're going to choose day. And when it attacks, it heals something for 20 life points. Well, magically, that's the amount that we're damaging our Headless Nuns. So Ackler lets us protect our Headless Nuns, lets us keep using them, but at the same time, near the end of the game, it's a hugely aggressive beater. It's going to win us the game a lot of the time. So we have an Ackler, but we still need a lot of ways to close out the game once we control the board. So we're also playing 2 Guardian Angel. 3 aura, 70 life points. It has flying. It deals an extra 20 damage when it's daytime. Its attack already deals 40, and it deals 10 damage to a beastie, and all beasties and artifacts that are dark and spirit. So it's just nuts. You can contract this on your opponent's turn when they attack you, and you get to basically Smokey Spirits that attack. So it helps us stay alive into the late game to where we can find our Ghost Marshal to beat our opponent. But how are we finding our Ghost Marshals? How are we digging for it? Well, after we would play the daytime, and we have Powerup Red like you always expect. This is going to let us close out the games faster, more efficiently. It's just a solid removal spell and way to win the game. But we need to control the board, and to get to the Marshal, we need to make sure the board is clear, or we need to make sure that we aren't taking as much damage for as long as possible. So we have 2 Banish, 3 Aura. It's going to be able to be contracted on your opponent's turn, which means we have a lot of options. We can do a lot of things on our opponent's turn. So much so that you could add index to this deck, and it would make a lot of sense, because you could index on your turn and then cast this, or, you know, Guardian Angel on your opponent's turn. So that's something, if you feel like the need to, you can do so, but I have another card that I'm playing because I want to test it out and see how it is. But this is going to put a pesky beastie on the bottom of its owner's library, but if it's a dark or spirit beastie, it's just going to remove it from play. So we can Headless Nun something and get it gone forever, or we can put it on the bottom of the library, which just means it's just not going to be a problem for us. So we're playing both copies of those. We're also playing the copy of Divine Reckoning, 5 aura. If you haven't watched our top 10 cards from Nightfall, watch that. You will see Divine Reckoning on that list. It's going to destroy all fatigued beasties, and then each caster regains 25 life points for each non-token beastie, and 10 life points for each of their token beasties. That's not really that relevant. We're just using this to wipe the board. You see, our opponents can't win the game, opposing casters can't win the game, if they have no creatures left. No beasties. So, we're also playing 2 Smokey Spirits. Smokey Spirits OP. Gotta protect our artifacts. We gotta protect our silver bullets when we need to. We need to protect our crystallized lights when we need to. Smokey Spirits does that. Playing 2 copies. And we're playing Divine Covenant, 3 aura. Each caster's life total gets added together and gets divided evenly, and then me and my opponent will draw 3 cards. Normally this doesn't seem that appealing, but with this deck, you're going to take a lot of damage in the beginning. So this is going to be 3 aura, like mitigate the life loss and then bring your opponent down to your level so you can finish the chip-in damage, but at the same time it lets you draw 3 cards, aggressively look for the key cards you need. Now you could play index over this, and I would say yeah, that seems reasonable, or you could play index along with this and I would say yeah, that seems reasonable, but I wanted to test this card out and see how it is. It's a draw spell. Drawing cards in this game is insanely good, so we're playing a copy. And of course, New Beginnings. The reason why we're not playing New Year's New Beginnings, even though it's readily available now due to the holiday promos, if you haven't seen those, look those up, they're sweet. We're playing this because a lot of times we might have a hand where we have our silver bullets, but we're too hesitant to play them because they could get removed, but we also just don't want to discard them, so we just shuffle them back into our library. So that's why we're playing New Beginnings over New Year's New Beginnings. Then we're playing Bookmark to draw 2 cards, obviously, dig for our key cards. And then we are playing Prism Beam, 1 aura, enchant an aura page, it taps for an additional white aura. So this is more ramp. It helps us ramp to our big powerful cards. So think of it as like an artifact or an aurafact. It's going to help us get there. So we're playing the 1 copy of those. We're playing 2 Holy Gems. And like always, the Chaos Crystal. And following that, we have 7 light aura pages. So guys, that is your updated Ghost Marshal deck list. Let us know what you guys want to see next. We will make it happen. We love to support the community. Kevin, thanks for always watching. If you guys want us to upgrade each individual pre-con deck, we can definitely do that, and we'll update them so you guys can have something you can hit the ground running with. Thanks so much for watching. We're the Meta Collectors. Have a good one.